You don't let me see. Make him go hold that boy. I'm not the one anybody's gonna talk to anyhow. That boy is not my mate. That boy is not my fucking mate.
Not nice. People are doing stuff and you're laughing.
No,
but it's off-putting me. No, it's off-putting. Everybody's tired and she's laughing in my face.
No, I want to do it, but I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. It takes a lot for me to get angry. It's okay. It takes so much. It's okay.
Guys, last night was wild. See, it was as if some of the housemates were possessed. By what? I don't know. But they were going crazy. Hey, God. Guys, last night was chaotic. It was chaotic. Just when we thought we had seen it all between CEECEE and Alex during the day, just when we thought that, okay, we've had the first fight. Round one of highlights of madness has happened on day 3. Guys, Venita decided to do her own last night. She went all wild on Pere. And it was crazy. And then just when we thought that was going to be the only highlight of last night, there was also Uriel and Ilebaye. And then the thing just literally spread like wildfire around the house. Everybody started shouting, yelling. Guys, everybody just scattered. At some point, I was confused. I was looking at this housemates. I was wondering like, hey, what just happened right now? You know when 1 minute you're watching these people rehearse and the next minute, everybody's going crazy. Everybody's getting in their feelings. Everybody's shouting. People that were not even vexing before, they started vexing. Guys, hey God, it was absolute chaos last night. See, I went through different shades of anger. I went through different shades of disappointment. I went through different shades, different levels of irritation. See, last night, I was just praying that they lose this wager. That's all. Since they want to fight, their muscles have been flexing. And their lagbara of highlights. Guys, I want them to lose the wager. But let's get into this video. I'm going to fill you all in on all the juicy tea. Guys, there's a lot. And there's also CEECEE in the mix. So CEECEE has still not gotten over her altercation with Alex. CEECEE has been ranting as well. So we're going to look into all of that on this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. So please make sure you watch to the end of this video. Do not skip. You are all specially welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, and I am the girl with the tea. For those of you that are yet to subscribe to this community, please go ahead and do exactly what you see on your screen. All right, it's just easy. It's absolutely free. All right, and as usual, I want to encourage you all to go ahead and share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. And finally, guys, please do not hesitate to give this video a thumbs up. Like this video. All right, that said, let's quickly get into the juicy tea. Quite disappointingly, all the drama, all the chaos of last night simply boiled down to preparations for the housemate wager task presentation for Friday. Yes, and the annoying part is yesterday was supposed to be like the last day for these housemates to coordinate their thoughts, because by the evening of today they are to present a coordinated piece of their work to Big Brother. Yes. And then tomorrow, Friday evening, is the D-Day for them to present proof of their hard work for the week. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what the housemates have probably forgotten, which is quite disappointing again, that they have forgotten. They're forgetting that for Big Brother, winning the wager task for the week is not really, in fact, it doesn't even boil down to the actual play itself. It's not about the presentation in itself. It's about the entirety of their interaction for the week. It's about how they've been able to accommodate one another in that confined space. It's about their adherence to Big Brother's rules. And ladies and gentlemen, these people, they have been breaking rules. Yes. One particular one that I noticed is their communication using their native dialect. Guys, I've been cringing because I'm like, oh my God. Is it that these people have actually forgotten that that is not acceptable in Big Brother's house? I mean, people have been breaking rules at will. Now, aside breaking rules, cooperation, there's been no cooperation. It's like a lot of people are upset that Alex took it upon herself to want to lead this particular task. And Alex herself, in my frank opinion, lacks leadership skills. She does not necessarily have the wherewithal to lead these housemates, because sometimes she comes off as rude. Sometimes she comes off as disrespectful. Sometimes she gives them the impression that she wants to take all the glory. And ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget that this is a competition. People are touchy. People have different ways of handling situations. And so they will always react when they feel like someone is trying to take the shine at every single moment in time. And that's exactly what has been happening. How they manage Big Brother's house, how they take care of the space, how they clean the house. Multiple number of times, these housemates have left Big Brother's house messed up. They've left the kitchen messed up after cooking, after eating. I mean, these people literally cannot clean up after themselves. And guys, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird that this is not their first time. This is not their first experience of this space, of this condition. But they are repeating the same thing all over again, forgetting the repercussions of their carelessness, of their actions. And guys, it's so annoying. Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to explode. It's so annoying. You know what? Let's just quickly get into what really happened between Venita and Pere, because ladies and gentlemen, frankly speaking, I just felt like Venita was just literally overreacting. When they had finally decided to, you know, put down their prides, come together and rehearse, everything was going well, yes. But at some point, it felt like they were having too much fun. Yeah, because as a part of the whole concept, they had decided to infuse ad breaks, yes, because the play was supposed to be about 60 minutes long. So they had created a list of all the brands that are part of the sponsors of the show for this season, and they had delegated different brand creative works. So they had delegated different roles to different housemates, which they did. They put on display for everybody to see and judge, and then they would select which one they prefer. And everything was going well. We're having fun. But then they were having too much fun, because at some point, it felt like they became distracted. Yes, they became distracted. They literally deviated from the actual play itself, which they had not even properly touched. Yes, they had not properly touched it. And then they focused heavily on the so-called adverts that we're planning to add. Now, whilst that was going on, different people who felt like they had actually played their role in the whole play, in the rehearsal, started dispersing. They started leaving. They started moving to go and do different things. Venita went to go and do pounded yam. She went to go and cook pounded yam. WHITEMONEY was in the kitchen cooking and having conversations with CEECEE. Now, CEECEE, on the other hand, is still fuming with anger over her altercation with Alex earlier that yesterday. She's still upset. Now, a major bone of contention is the fact that she felt like the rest of the house were hypocrites yesterday, because she had actually been contributing to the task, but then they kept quiet when Alex was accusing her falsely. Now, a major upset was towards Adekunle, because she had felt like Adekunle could have handled that situation better, but Adekunle kept quiet whilst the whole drama was happening. And guys, I saw reason in what CEECEE was saying, because I felt like Adekunle did not really handle that situation like the head of house would have handled that situation. And I mentioned during our live stream last night that at some point I had seen Adekunle and Seyi, you know, having a good laugh about the whole situation. And I was really disappointed, because I felt like, nah, the Adekunle of the level up season knew better. Now, I understand that the game this time around is more intense, it's quite elevated. Adekunle's gameplay should be also, you know, elevated. But come on, this is for the wager task. And then it made me question what exactly he had in mind that yesterday, to the point. Now, it became some sort of distraction to the others who were still at the rehearsal space when housemates started moving away from the rehearsal corner, you know, to go engage in different unnecessary activities. And Alex started trying to call people back. Cross started trying to call people back. Pere started trying to call people back. They were trying to call people back, and that was when people just scattered. Now, those who were actually leading and directing, they were insisting that everybody had to be at the rehearsal space together, right? Now, some others were arguing that, oh, I finished my part, so I can go and have my bath, I can go and eat, I can go and do whatever. But the directors, Alex, Cross, you know, Fraud, what's his name, and Pere, they were all insisting that no, when we are rehearsing, we should be together. That became a problem. People scattered. Everybody was going their way. Now, Pere, Cross was literally shouting that these food people are cooking in the kitchen. If we lose this wager, we'll be hungry. What then will you be cooking? Pere too was shouting that food is not the issue right now. Everybody needs to come out and rehearse. Now, it wasn't only Pere that was talking. Everybody was talking. Before we knew it, guys, I don't know what actually triggered Venita to that extent. Venita blew off on Pere, and she went on a lengthy spree of raining insult on this young man. There was nothing Venita did not say last night, guys. Frankly speaking, it was kind of funny, but it was also annoying. Because, I mean, there's an extent to which you can go crazy. At least go crazy, calm down, get back to the work. Venita dragged, and Pere, guys, we know Pere. Pere wanted to react. He wanted to respond. And we know that when Pere wants to respond, it was going to turn into a fight. Because Pere is the type that will go to your face and say, okay, look at me here. Talk to me. Talk to me. Bring it on. So Pere was going to do that, but Alex pulled him away. And Venita went on and she was even threatening thunder and brimstone. Oh, you think you have chairs? I will bust your chairs. I'm not Maria. Oh, Maria is not in this house, so somebody should hold Pere. Oh, I will deal with you in this house. I will give you a hellish week. She thought, and I'm like, okay, you give Pere a hellish week. Like, have you forgotten who the general is? Did you watch the Shine Your Eyes season at all? You think you can actually give Pere a hellish week? You think so you get Chris? Have you met General Pere before? One thing that really irritated me in that whole situation was Adekunle's silence. Guys, I like Adekunle as a young man, and I understand that people have different styles of leadership. But yesterday, I just strongly felt like Adekunle was just, you know, being detached from the whole reality of the situation of that house, probably because he wanted a result. I felt like the guy wanted these housemates to fight, so that what exactly will happen? So that somebody will get disqualified, or what exactly? Because guys, there was no reason, there was no explanation why Adekunle was silent. He was having conversations with Kidwire or whoever. And I was wondering, like, I don't understand. Dude, is that what you're supposed to be doing? Because people had scattered. Cross was shouting for people to come back. And then Cross, after getting frustrated that nobody was responding to him, he said, okay, fine. Everybody, you have 1 hour, 30 minutes to get your acts together. Go shower, go eat, do whatever you want, and then come back afterwards. Guys, I was actually expecting Adekunle to take charge. I was expecting Adekunle to do that by himself. Take control of the situation. But instead, he left it to Cross and Alex and Pere and whoever feels like they can shout. Angel too was making trouble in the kitchen with Venita. Guys, the whole thing was just crazy. I was just deeply irritated. And then Pere tried to get Adekunle's attention. And then he was forming, I'm washing plates. When I finish washing the plate, I'll come to you. Guys, I was looking at Pere's face. Pere felt like fainting. Then, when Adekunle finally decided to give Pere the audience, his explanation made sense though, but I just felt like, dude, this guy is not asking for you to give explanation. What was he saying? He was saying that they need to try and understand everybody. They need to understand people. That some people are here to sabotage the task. Some people are looking at it as it's a game. Alex is trying to take all the highlights. They are not given the opportunity to take the highlights. So they want to sabotage the game. And Pere was like, it's not about the competition. We're talking about the good of the general house. If we lose the wager, we go hungry. None of us is alien to how Big Brother does his thing. But Adekunle kept on insisting on his own point, which was quite irritating. Yes, because I felt like, dude, I don't understand. You've changed, but now the way you're sounding like you are part of those people that is also trying to sabotage the task. Yes, because guys, there's no explanation. There's no reasonable explanation for what Adekunle was just doing, for his lackadaistic attitude, for his detachment, his indifference to the whole situation. It did not make sense. And they spent a lengthy time listening to Alex complaining and reenacting the scenario that had played out between herself and CEECEE earlier in the day. And guys, I was exhausted. I was drained. And I loved what Pere had said at some point, not in that gathering anyways, but he had said that if he was the head of house, all that nonsense will not happen. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for that time, because yesterday was just a disaster. Much later, I mean into the early hours of this morning, because these housemates, they actually slept late again. Venita had got ahead to apologize to Pere, you know, about her actions. She had explained herself a bit, and Pere had actually, you know, accepted the apology. They had actually hugged it out. And guys, hey, I was laughing because in my head, I'm thinking, Venita just bought market. Yes, she just bought market from the general. Because me, I cannot wait to see Pere's revenge. But anyways, that was not the only thing that happened. Just when we thought that was going to be the only drama for last night, another one happened between Uriel and Ilebaye. So after this so-called 1 hour 30 minutes, the housemates had, you know, they had gathered again. They had to go and call the housemate. I think they had to go and call the housemate. So everybody had gathered again in the lounge. They were rehearsing. Now, they were all tired at this point. They were exhausted. Remember, they had eaten, some of them they had showered. They were exhausted. They were sleepy. Now, Uriel was struggling to remember the tune of the song that, you know, she was supposed to sing. Now, she was looking up to Suma to, you know, help her remember. Now, Ilebaye was seated directly in front of her, and Ilebaye was laughing, which was very irritating, guys. A lot of people were saying that, it was just a small thing. Why was Uriel upset? I said, no. In that situation, I mean, these people were trying to keep their eyes open. They were struggling. Uriel was struggling to stay awake. Ilebaye was laughing, and it triggered Uriel crazily. Now, Uriel told her that, no, you have to check yourself. Don't do that. You have to check yourself. Guys, frankly speaking, I did not see any harm in that. I did not see any harm in that, because DOYIN immediately took up the matter. It's not fair. She probably was not laughing at you. And Uriel was like, no, you don't say that. We are all working here. And she's just sitting down there. She's not doing anything. Instead, she's laughing at me. They was like, she probably was not laughing at you. She was laughing at something else. Maybe she was not laughing at you. And that was what triggered another altercation. Uriel was not having it. She was like, no, DOYIN, don't say that. DOYIN to carry the matter on her head. Ilebaye was still laughing. Guys, hey, God. See, it was so irritating. I'm not even going to lie. It was so irritating. The fact that DOYIN was making a case for Ilebaye, defending Ilebaye, guys, I was just really disgusted. And I'm like, DOYIN, I understand that you like this girl, because she actually said it to Biggie that, she likes the girl too much, blah, blah. I'm like, I understand you like this girl too much, but that was childish of Ilebaye. I mean, the time was past already for them to laugh. Yeah. Now it was serious business. What was the point of laughing? And then DOYIN saying that, Uriel should not have taken offense to it. I'm like, but DOYIN, if it was you, you would have gone crazy over it. It's at that point that it felt like everybody became possessed with anger. Yes, because everybody started shouting. Everybody was talking at the same time. Uriel started crying for her. She was tired. She was sleepy. She was exhausted. She was forgetting the lines. She wants to get it right. But while I was saying what she was saying, as all of this madness was happening, I didn't see Adekunle anymore. She disappeared. I mean, guys, these housemates were just disappearing. And then it became a thing of the matter had now shifted from Uriel and Ilebaye to people that had gone upstairs. That's the BFFs. They've gone upstairs and then they were refusing to come. And then they were refusing to come downstairs. Then people started trying to go and call them. I mean, guys, it was just so chaotic. I was just irritated, ladies and gentlemen. I was irritated. And just last night, I kept on wishing that they lose the wager because they need to learn a lesson. And for me, that muscle that they've been flexing, I want them to properly fight when the hunger strike starts. And yeah, Biggie, Biggie, I beg you in the name of God, if you can hear this, let them lose their wager on Friday. They lose the wager. Biggie, please clear that kitchen off all the food, and then leave only noodles for them, so that they will fight over noodles, so that they'll be taught a lesson. Biggie, please, just do this one. Just do this one, so that you give them a factory reset, a brain refresh of how it used to be in your house. They need to be reminded, because these housemates, I don't think they actually remember that part of hardship. They need to be punished. They need to be reminded. Oh, guys, there's a lot more to be said, but I would love to hear your thoughts about this whole matter. Do you think that DOYIN was wrong, for attacking Uriel that way? Or do you think Uriel was wrong, for cautioning Ilebaye that way? Who do you think was wrong in that situation? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share, and I will see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Uriel Cries. Have an amazing day. Bye.